so what I've got here, just ignore the zombie sounds for now. What I've got here is a little village, and it was originally populated when I first started the game, but as you can see, it comprises of a watchtower and a blacksmith's hut, neither of which have doors, so any villagers that were here very quickly died. Now there's only two ways you can repopulate a village, in survival mode anyway. Obviously if you're in creative you can just use the villager spawn egg, but in survival there's two ways. One of them, you need another populated village somewhere within sort of a decent distance. There's one over there, and I'll show you that method second. But the first method is to trap a zombie villager. Now, I've been lucky enough to get 2 zombie villagers here, and as you can see, I've just trapped them in little cells here. It's taken me 3 tries to record this video, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, zombie villagers are quite difficult to find. They're not common. If you're doing it in survival, you'll probably end up run around 2, 3, 4 nights trying to find one. Then, once you've found it, you have to entice it back to somewhere kind of near the village during night time. Then, third, you need to put them in a little trap like this with a lid to protect them from the sun, because if the sun comes up when the village is mid-transformation, you're screwed. Basically, they're going to die, they're going to burn up, which is what the floating meat there is. I may have burned up 1 or 2 zombie villagers doing this. But once you've got your zombie villager trapped, you're going to need 2 things to turn them back into a good, useful member of society. The first of those things is a golden apple. They're really easy to make. It's just an apple and some gold nuggets. Pretty straightforward. You mash them together on a crafting table, you're done. The second thing you're going to need though is a splash potion of weakness. Get this, you're going to have a brew stand. If you've watched the brewing guide, you'll know how to make one. If not, really quickly, you make an awkward potion, which is water and nether wart. You add a fermented spider eye, and then you add in some gunpowder to make it a splash potion. And once you've done that, you've got your villager trapped. We're going to throw the splash potion of weakness, if I can aim, at the villagers. Has that got him? I've got one of them, I haven't got him. Okay, once you've splashed potions of weakness them, you should be able to see the little spirals coming off them. I hit myself with the first one. Then you've got to give them a golden apple. Once you've splash potioned them, L2 feeds them the golden apple, which will start curing them. And once you've done that, you'll see... let me just find a torch so I can stick a torch up so we can see what we're doing better. Once you've splash potioned them, you should see they'll start shaking and they'll get those red spirals around them. Let me just drink some milk really quick to try and get rid of mine so you can see what's going on better. Okay. Drinking milk, by the way, negates any poison and or potion you may have had. Pro tip. So, it can take up to 5 minutes for them to work. Now, sometimes they don't work, sometimes it kills them, sometimes it works. There's no way of telling, really, until it's happened. But while they're thinking about it, what we're going to do here is we're just going to go and zombie-proof this bit of village. Step 1, obviously, is put doors on. Keeps the villagers in, the zombies out. Step 2, and this is a step that not many people know about, and it's to do with steps. If you take the steps out, it might look a little bit weird. I at first thought it looked a little bit weird. But just by taking those steps away, what you do is, it doesn't affect the zombies, the villagers. The villagers just jump in and out as normal. You can just jump in and out as normal. But what it means for the zombies is they can't batter the door down, because they can't stand at the door and hammer on it until it breaks, basically. They have to stand in front of it and jump up and down and bang on it, which just means that they can't get enough hits on it to break it down. So it's far more likely that your village is going to survive the night just by removing those steps. Right, watching these guys then. As you can tell, these are zombie villagers because they look like villagers that have been zombified. They've got the taller head, they've got the real eyes, and they've got the nose. That's the way you differentiate between them and regular zombies. Regular zombies have a kind of sad little smooshy face. You'll get nothing if you golden apple them. It just doesn't work. It needs to be the zombie villagers that you're converting. So I guess we'll just sit about for a bit longer, wait for these guys. It's best, if you are waiting for them, not to go too far away, because the last thing you want is for them to despawn. That would be a nightmare. You've spent all this time trapping them, you've treated them, then you go for a little wander off and they despawn, and that's all your work. Poof, gone. Yes! Okay, so we've got a farmer, so that one's worked. You'll see the zombie trying to get to him now, but he can't. That's why we're leaving him in here until it gets to daytime. We have 1 successful villager. Ideally, we want both of them, because really you need 2 villagers. If there's some doors within the village, they'll stop breeding and they should have some babies. One villager needs 2 doors. So what you're really looking for, if you want a breeding program, you need a little room somewhere with a load of doors. And if you do that, the villagers will probably start breeding. Oh, look, another farmer. Okay, so we've got 2 successful farmers here. Villagers don't despawn, so we're fine to leave them now. And we'll let them out of here. And we'll see if they head over to the village. Hopefully they will. You will find you struggle sometimes with your villagers because they are a little bit stupid. It's very easy for them to die. Go inside, stupido. Look. Nice door. If this villager gets zombied immediately, I'm going to be so annoyed. Let's not worry about that too much. So what we'll do then is we will use the second method to go and move another villager across here. And to do that, you need to lay a railway between a populated village and the village you want to relocate them to. So let's just zoom across the desert, past the domes. There is a how-to for them. I haven't really looked around this village. I know there's villages here. I've done a little bit of repair work, as you can probably see. This second method you can't really do until daytime. For one, you need the villagers to be outside, and for 2, you don't really want any zombies or anything attacking them while you're moving them. Looks like the sun's coming up imminently, which means villagers should start coming out anytime now. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to send the villagers on a jolly little holiday. So I'm just going to push him down into this pit where I've already put a bit of railway. And my next step is if I put a rail car on the railway and push it into a villager. Oh, you little git. Try and get your villager to stand on the railway line and then push a rail car into them. And what that will do is, as you can see, it puts the villager... Yes, I know, I see you. It puts the villager in the rail car. Now, that rail car's gone pootling off along the line. You can lay the line wherever you want and then take it up again afterwards. But we're just going to give them a little push along the railway line. If you power your main line, your villager will just shoot himself off along, like so, right over to the other village. And then when you get there, all you need to do is break the minecart that the villager sat in, and he should now quite happily live in this village. So I can only see one villager. I see one farmer and the butcher. Oh no, there he is, look, there's 2. That's now a successful village. Or it should be a successful village. You might want to build another house or something. Surprised with how well that worked that time. Your 2 methods for repopulating a village. First, trap some zombie villagers and cure them. And the second is build a bit of a railway and just relocate them. I mean, it's hard luck if he had a family and, you know, friends back in the old village, but I'm sure he'll be very happy here with his new friend, the farmer. Don't worry too much if your villagers die. I've just shown you 2 ways in which you can repopulate your villages. That's it for this episode. That was Minecraft How To. I'm Claire for the Angels. If you liked this video, please like, share and comment. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr or Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching!